Mcydo. Mimbai, how are you doing? And welcome to Classic 263.
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Mcydo. That's an interesting abbreviation to look at it. Yeah, Mcydo.
Yes, it's Mcydo.
Talk to us about this abbreviation and break it down as to what you do from the name itself.
Like Doc just said, it's okay. Mcydo is Macydo, right? So we have My Africa Child and Youth Development Organization. So saying the full name is a bit long, so we decided to just shorten it to Mcydo, but still make it fancy a little bit and make it Mcydo. Yeah.
And how are you developing these young African children?
So with the organization, we focus on leadership and entrepreneurship and innovation development for young people in Zimbabwe and Africa. We have different programs that we have, initiatives that we run that are more tailored to helping young people discover, reach their full potential, right, in taking part in the economic development of Zimbabwe and of Africa as a whole.
Now, there's a lot of discussion around youth development. In your opinion, how do you think young people in Zimbabwe can actually contribute towards economic development?
We have to understand that young people are the future, right? And the future is now, right? I'll take a little bit back to a bit of history, right? How Zimbabwe came to be where it is right now, the liberation struggle. You remember that took place because of young people that say that we have to make a difference. All the people that fought, there were most of them, right? Actually, majority of them were young people from the ages of 15, 18, 20. Those are the young people who decide to say, listen, we are taking a stand to make a difference. So that comes back to our generation right now. Yes, we are not in the liberation war struggle, but we're still in I would like to call it an economic war zone, right? Where young people have to do the same thing that our forefathers did. We're now taking the baton from them to say now it's young people's opportunity to fight the economic war battle that we are in by getting involved in economic development. So young people should not just wait for people to do it. We are the ones who are meant to do it. The future is in our hands. The nation is in our hands. Our continent is in our hands as the youth.
And there's also always, conversation around comparison. We're speaking of young people making it, and right now we are in a mostly informal economy, as most would put it. What are some of the notable people that even as an organization, Mcydo, who you think are making a positive impact and a notable change and contribution towards change? It could be a change in terms of mindset. It could also be towards economic contribution that we're talking of now.
Me?
Yeah. I mean, you are definitely part of
No, but we have people like Vika TV, who is an educational influencer. Yes, she's very young and she's doing amazing, empowering young people out there. So, and because she's also a lady and she's a V, I'm a V, so
and the two V's. Doc is a V, like Doc V.
That's Doc V. So it's a V thing, eh?
Yeah, and I'm also Ian Wambe, like you.
Also, you've got a V. Am I the only one who's left out of the mix now? So I also have a V. Wow, okay.
We also have Takunda Chingonzo, a tech entrepreneur as well. So we have a lot of young people that are doing amazing in different industries, in the formal and informal sectors, even in the music industry. We have people like Nati O, they're doing exceptionally well, not just in Zimbabwe, but even abroad, putting Zimbabwe on the map. So if we have to list them, there is a lot of them. Anana Hatiperi, those people, those are brands that are doing exceptionally well and they're being run by youth. Yeah. So, yeah.
And, you speak of these young people and, I saw your face lit up so much. And I'm thinking, as someone who is CEO of an organization that's solely based on seeing young people thriving, do you perhaps have a culture of celebrating these young people? And if you do, how are you doing that?
Okay, before I answer that, yeah.
Who also wants
So I
to be
get
celebrated.
excited, yes.
Yeah.
So I get excited because me too, I'm a youth, and then also having an opportunity to celebrate other young people that are doing exceptionally well out there. We have platforms in our organization where we have where we celebrate young people that are doing well. We have, through one of our main initiatives, the Zimbabwe International Youth Trade Fair Conference, we get to also award young people that are doing exceptionally well, adding to the economic development of the country. So those are our annual awards, and this year they are on the 30th of May at HICC. We get young people to also learn and network with entrepreneurs, renowned local and international entrepreneurs. So yeah, we get to celebrate the young people too. Yeah.
Now, as Ian highlighted at the beginning of this conversation, that in just 2 days we'll be celebrating Youth Day. And it's quite an important day for those that are 35 and below.
I like the emphasis.
The emphasis is on the age.
Yeah.
But
It's my youth,
right?
35 and below.
Coming
Well,
back
35 and below,
yes.
I don't youth is
Stop right there.
But coming back to the day in itself, how significant is it for first off Zimbabwean youth, and second of all for you as an organization that's leading with the initiative for youth?
All right. So firstly, to just know that our government has set aside a day to commemorate young people in Zimbabwe, the youth, shows how important youth play in the nation, right? Because we have 365 days, but the government said that we're setting one day. It's not just a day, it's a public holiday, right, where we are celebrating youth. It shows that there is really so much that is being put in towards the youth, and that's the same with us as an organization, that we take this very important to say that, listen, we're going to work together with the government to make sure that these young people, they get the opportunities that they need, they get the training that they need to be part of the economic development of Zimbabwe as well. Yeah.
Now, we have been defined as the youngest continent in the world, with 90% of our population being youth.
Oh yes.
But of course, it comes with its challenges, and there are also projections that come. Where would you see us as a youth population maybe in the next 5-10 years, not just focusing on Zimbabwe but as a continent in general?
The decisions that we make today will be the result of what we see in the next 5 to 10 years. The same way the decisions that were made 10, 20 years ago is what we are seeing today. So what we'll see in the next 5 to 10 years is all dependent on the decision that we make today. If we invest in the young people, right, the entrepreneurs, the innovators, I will tell you that in the next 5 to 10 years, Africa will be talking a different story when it comes to economic development. But if we don't, and we ignore them, and we treat young people as just young people, in the next 5 to 10 years, we would have destroyed the future of Africa, because those young people today are the generals of tomorrow. And what we invest in them today is what we'll see in how the country or the continent will be run in the next in the near future. So I would say, to answer that question, it's all dependent on what we do today to invest in the young people, and we'll answer that question to see what Africa and Zimbabwe will be in the next 5, 10, 20 years, 50 years. Yes.
Quite profound, eh? But just in closing, we know that you're going to be part of the National Youth Day commemorations that are happening in Bulawayo. What would be your parting words to every youth, every young person that's tuning in now? What would you say to them?
The time is now for us as young people to rise and shine, because the future is ours. It's us. We have to invest in ourselves today, not just wait for somebody to invest in us, but us invest in ourselves. So I would like to say the opportunity that we have been given, especially in Zimbabwe, by our government to commemorate, to recognize us, we should take it very seriously. We have the Ministry of Youth that have initiatives such as vocational training centers, the Empower Bank. Those are designed just to benefit youth. If we take advantage of those things today, trust me, there will will do a lot of things, a lot of great things in our nation. And yeah, tomorrow we'll be talking a different story as the leaders of Zimbabwe and of Africa.
Thank you so much for joining us on such an insightful conversation, and I hope that every youth that is tuning in now will actually take the initiative. Hey, I know there are a lot of frameworks that have been implemented, but what it takes is for us to actually take part and be the change that we want to see for ourselves.